All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this video, I realized that I didn't make this disclaimer, so I'm going to go ahead and add it in. But just remember, anything that I talk about is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner or anything like that. So just know that it's not financial advice. I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing, what my recommendations are, that I would tell my friends and family. So just know that, again, this is not financial advice or anything like that. And I forgot to include this little girl. But yeah, Tina's good. Tina's good. But anyways, so let's get into it. Hey guys, want to welcome everyone to Texas Silver. I know it's probably been over a month. It may be near 2 months since I've dropped a video. Obviously, y'all know that I've been super busy. But I guess there's some other reasons that I haven't been dropping videos. I guess a lot of times I feel like I run out of content to talk about and I don't want to be a broken record. And then, I don't know, there's just been a lot of stuff going on. So I apologize. And I know in the comments, a lot of times y'all say, put them out at my pace and all that. And I get that and I greatly appreciate it. I guess I just need to figure out where I'm going to go with the channel. I'm going to continue the channel. I just don't know at what pace I'm going to be putting out videos. Maybe I will just do a weekly video just to kind of keep y'all informed of what's going on with me and any changes, or, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just start doing maybe a video or two a week, and they'll just be a lot shorter than what I used to do. I think a lot of people that that aren't content creators, they don't realize how much go into these videos. And another thing is I'm not trying to be a copycat of, say, what Jeremiah Babe does and stuff like that. Like, I was trying to, do my own take on, I don't know, I guess my opinion on stuff and all that. And I didn't want to get into this thing of, kind of what JB does of, reading articles and reporting that. And I just didn't want to be a copycat or come off as, trying to copy what he's doing. I wanted to do my own show. And that's why when he pushed me to do it, I was kind of concerned. I was like, what am I really going to do? And it just seems like sometimes I just run out of stuff that I want to cover. But honestly, the last month or two, since I've really slowed down with the videos, it's just been crazy. And a lot of times when I'm off and I have my free time, I've been doing the surfing thing, which I've talked about, and that's really important. You need to have balance. But I did get a couple emails. My email link is below. If anyone ever wants to contact me, I'll try my best to get back to y'all as soon as I can. But I know a lot of people are probably wondering what's going on with me, what's going on. But anytime, you can reach out, and I appreciate, anyone that has had concerns about what's going on with me. But I guess no news is good news. So I guess enough about that. Cattle-wise, I did end up finding a buyer for Jingle Bells. So hopefully he's at a good home and he'll live his days out making babies. Unfortunately, I did have to let Buckwheat go. I almost blanked out. I still have these two little ones right here, and forgive me, I don't remember their names. I know my daughter knows them. I don't even know how she keeps up with that. But anyways, Red is here. Red's good. Let's see, there's Red over there doing red things, and there's one of the viewers calls 48 Hamburger. But yeah, Hamburger's still good. I think she's already about to have a baby probably in 2-3 months, if I had to guess. The gestation period on cows is 9 months. So she had Jingle Bells, I think, obviously in December. So she might be getting close. But I guess another thing that really caused me to make a video today is what's going on in the markets. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I have an app set up on my phone, and I only watch certain things on the market. Obviously, gold, silver. I watch oil, crude oil. I watch the Dow Jones, obviously. I watch the 10-year yield. And there's a couple other things that I follow. But anyways, if you follow the markets today, the 10-year yield jumped I think it was like 15 basis points, which is an incredible move. And the 10-year yield keeps rising. And from what I understand, that is the biggest market, and everything is pretty much derives value from that, from the 10-year, from the bond market. I looked it up, and these numbers could be wrong. I looked them up on Google because I was just curious. But from what I gathered, the bond market is like $42 trillion. That's the value of the bond market. And then I'm talking U.S., obviously. And then the U.S. stock market was 15 trillion. And just to put that into perspective, the U.S. housing market, they said, was 4 trillion, which I don't know if that's true, but that's what I looked up on the internet, which I don't know, maybe that makes sense. It seems kind of low to me. But if you have the numbers, correct me in the bottom. Like I said, I just looked this up on the internet, so I might have looked at it wrong or something, but pretty much the point is the biggest market is the bond market. And whenever that goes, it's going to take everything with it. So that's what I've been watching. So, and everyone knows I do watch Greg Manorino, if you've watched my channel for a while. Brilliant guy, and I think he's been calling this pretty much spot on. And also, there are banks that are now talking about this. So it's just solidifying what Greg has been saying all these years. So if you don't follow Greg Manorino, I would highly recommend watching his channel. He's a little goofy at times, but I think he's very much awake and understands all this. And so that's kind of where I get a lot of my information. That's who I follow. That's one of the major channels that I watch. He's pretty good at explaining everything, but I'll be honest with you, I don't 100% understand how everything works. But I get what he's saying, and it makes sense. So anyways, there was a huge spike in the bond yield. So I'm just really getting concerned on, when is this all going to implode? So from what I understand, once we start having rapid spikes in this 10-year yield, then that's pretty much the end. That's going to crash, and then it's going to take everything with it. So I guess where I'm going with all of this is no one knows when this is all going to go down. We don't know if it's a week from now, a month, a year. I just think we're definitely running out of time. And I think you really, if you haven't, need to start getting your house in order. That being your preps, as in obviously number one, next to God, because we're definitely going to need him in this, because I think it's going to get crazy. I don't even think you can fathom, or most people can fathom, what this is going to look like. But security, number one, make sure you have that, because if you don't have that, and you don't have the ability to use those tools to protect yourself, your family, your assets, then you're pretty much prepping for someone else. And someone's going to come in, and they're going to take all your stuff. They're going to take your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. And I know that sounds morbid, but desperate people do desperate things, and this world is evil, and there's a bunch of evil people, and there's going to be a lot of opportunists. I'm jacking that up, but you know what I'm trying to say. Opportunists. Maybe that's it. That are going to take advantage of the situation. It's going to be, excuse for them to go out and do whatever they want. So you don't want to be at the receiving end of that. So you definitely need to have that. Also, the food and the water are huge, because what happens is when this economy freezes, whenever the banks freeze, there's a liquidity crisis. There's going to be, a freeze of the monetary system. You're not going to be able to use your credit card, your debit card. You're not going to be able to go to the bank, pull cash out. You're not going to be able to go to an ATM. It's going to be a lockup of the monetary system. So if you don't have cash on hand, you definitely need to probably get some of that. So I wouldn't have large amounts of cash. In the bank, what I do is obviously I get paid. I pay all my bills electronically, automatic draft, all that. And whatever's left, I either take it out and I buy some sort of asset or, something like that. So gold, silver, or, I'm buying tools or, whatever I feel that I need to be buying. But I don't leave large amounts of cash in the bank. So I would highly recommend, if you have a large amount of cash in the bank, to at least get it out. I wouldn't have a lot of cash on hand, but you definitely want, a decent amount, and it's going to be up to you to figure out what that amount is. Every situation is going to be different. But yeah, I would try and put it into some sort of other asset. Like I mentioned, food, water, tools, whatever you need. But I just feel that we're running out of time, and when all this goes, the trucks are going to stop. If there's no money flowing, the trucks are going to stop. So what do the trucks transport? They transport everything. They transport the fuels that we need to make our cars run, heat our houses, all that stuff. You have all the goods and all that get transported, food, all that. So if the money stops, it freezes, everything's going to stop. And people are going to lose it when they cannot access their money, when they can't buy food, when they can't feed their family. People are going to lose it, and they're going to do any and everything to make sure that them and their family, friends, whatever, have everything that they need to survive. So you don't want to be on the receiving end of that. I guess I'm going to move on. I know winter's coming. Probably most people aren't thinking about this. And I know I've talked about this before, but from what I understand, energy prices are exploding and are going to continue to explode. So if you're able to get some sort of alternative heating source, I would do that. Or, if you have a wood stove or whatever, fireplace, I would get that now. There possibly could be rolling blackouts and, prices through the roof. And I'm not going to go into all the stuff with that, but just be thinking about that. Make sure you're getting everything for this winter that you need, blankets and alternative fuel sources. That way, if there's a grid down issue or a big storm comes through, knocks out power, whatever, that your family doesn't freeze to death. I'm pretty much doing this off the top of my head, so I'm going to go ahead and probably end it there. I'm going to do a little bit of videos of the animals. You've got, who is that? See, 48's sweet. 48's licking red. Look at that. And who said hamburger was a bitch? She loves him some red. Anyway, so we're going to end it there, but I'll do a little bit of videos of the animals, but all the animals are good except for, like I said, I had to sell those two off. Jingle Bells and Buckwheat, unfortunately, are gone. But just make sure that you're prepping, that you're having your tools to protect yourself. I just can't reiterate enough how important it is to be able to protect yourself, your family, your assets. So I'm going to leave it at that. Everyone take care. God bless. And stay tuned if you want to see a little bit of the animals. And until the next one, everyone stay safe. Come on. There's baby. Nubs. Okay. All right. Okay, you gotta let me out. Come on. Come on, back up. Thank you. Here's the little girl. Quit it. Nubs, you're about to piss me off. Quit. Okay, that didn't work. All right. Forget the little boy's name, but there it is. And little girl. Oh, you're about to really make me mad. Cut it out. All right, so there's Firecracker, Bronco, little boy. There's Dippin' Dots and Nubs that is really pissing me off. Here's Here, girl. Let me see if I can get you to take that. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up before Nubs gets in it. There you go. Okay. Firecracker. And then there's Buckaroo. And I got a buddy that's gonna take Buckaroo, but there he is. Nubs, please. Here. All right, I'll give one to Red. Here, Red. Man, you didn't seem like you wanted that thing. All right, I got all sorts of shadows. So just to kind of give you an idea of what the landscape looks like, because we're not getting, pardon me, we're not getting rain. Well, let me take that back. So we did get a little bit of rain, maybe 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that, and it helped out a little bit. But then it's been dry again. But I mean, there's pretty much no grass, so that's why I had to sell Jingle Bells and buckwheat off. But just to give you a look at the tank. So when this tank is full, the water level is at the bottom of the boards on that pier, so it's down probably 5 foot. So we're hurting for water down here for rainfall. So whenever there's channels talking about how bad Texas is and the rain, like it's bad, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is the other pond, and dang, this thing looks bad. This one's probably down about the same, probably 4 or 5 foot. And oh wow, there's my kid's sandals. Okay, anyways, you can see the catfish moving around there, rippling the water, but this just did this overnight because it wasn't like this yesterday when I fed them. But I tried to get in here with a seine and get as many fish out as I could, but since it's a minnow seine net, I wasn't able to get any catfish. I guess they kept swimming up underneath it, but like I can literally, this thing's only probably 2.5, maybe 3 foot in the middle now. So I'm afraid I'm gonna lose all these fish. But yeah, it's real bad. But I just wanna thank everyone for being here, for the support and being patient with me, like I said before. So I will try and be better about videos. All right, guys, take care.